We're live? Okay, very good. Okay. All right. Tonight's share is chis for Akiva Simcha Mefega, for a zivugung for Chav Basmem, a zivugung for Uv Basmem, and a zivugung for Dovdar Ben Benin Peril. Now, a few things. What? Anyways, we have Baruch Hashem tomorrow. The Chon the Kigel is sponsored by Duso Access Technology. That's my brother and partner stepped up. My company. It's my company. So anyways, fine. Now, sponsored the Chon the Kigel. Now, it's a big stuff.
Standing rib rolls.
No. Just like last week, and it's not going to be like the week before, no double. No double. What? Oh, very good. Shkar. Now, another few things just to say is, before we start, we're going to do a... Before we start, I said that it's going to take a few days to get to the question, but then I figured instead of it taking a few days, I spent a little bit of time to break it down, each of the scenarios. The Bryce over there brings 5 scenarios, and I said yesterday that there's no shaykhis to us. It actually has very much shaykhis. Each one builds into the next and gets us to the question. So we're going to do the scenarios outside, and then we're going to see it inside, even though it's a big chunk, but it's going to be broken down in very, very simple. It's 5 simple, smooth cases. One thing that, interestingly enough, I heard today by the Daf from Rebelli. He said over a story. He said his father-in-law was a guest. So he said his father-in-law was having a hard time with one of his sons. Yeshiva, he went down. Was talking to Rebbeim. It's gonna be my son's not. Starting to see the guy's a troublemaker, not interested in learning. So he tells him, "So what do you do at home?" So he said, "I don't know. What do you do for work?" "I'm a surgeon." He's a surgeon. "You learn?" "Not really." He said, "If you start learning at home, your son will probably mental os." So Taka, that's what he did. He said he started to learn every day at home with this kid. Not with his kid, every day at home himself. And slowly but surely, your kids see what you're doing. And they see, and that's the same thing with us. Now we bring everything back to this. Chazar, you learn at home, your kid sees you opening a Gemara, it makes an impact that's lasting. All right, let's do quickly the Chazar from yesterday, and then we're going to do all these 5 cases outside, and it's going to be very, very simple. So, Vitoni Allah. That's where we're starting. It's the brisa that's going to support the Mishnah in Oihalis. V'tani Allah. We went to the brisa over there. B'med dvar mamurim. When are these things said? Meaning that all the things in the Mishnah are good and kosher. B'zman sheyesh ben tefach. Meaning that there's chavet rami. When there is a tefach on the lower beam, u'b'neim pesach tefach, and in between them it is wide a tefach, and corresponding to that, there is a tefach above. Like Shuli asked earlier, what happens if there's a space stamazah in between? Would that be a problem? It would be, because Ayhalas is talking about Tumah, not Sukkah. And if you have a space where the Tumah could go through, Tumah goes straight up. If it's not hitting anything, then that space is not going to help you. So, and it's going to allow it to go straight up.
Which is good.
It's good for the Tumah part, but it's not good to allow the Chavet Rami. Okay. Aval ein b'nein pesach tefach, Tumah tachas achas me'en tachtei tamei. This is what we did yesterday and the day before. Pretty straightforward. Alma. So from here we see is beit tefach amrin chavet rami v'chilas beit tefach loy amrin chavet rami shmamina. So basically, this is the final finisher and the recap. We may have to lock that door from now on, but that's probably very loud. But anyways, this is the final recap. What? It's not gonna get. But anyways, this is the final recap. What? Anyways, this is the recap, and now we're going to go into the new portion, and the new portion is going to be a question on this. Rav Kahana, this is going to be a story time. This is going to be the question, and we're going to go through all the 5 scenarios. Okay. So now we see like this. Yosef Rav Kahana v'kamar lahashmaita. Rav Kahana was learning in Bismedrash, and he was teaching this that Rava said, this halacha. And Amalei Ravashi came and asked him, Amalei Ravashi Rav Kahana, v'chol heichad lesbei tefach le'er min chavet rami. And are you coming to tell me that anywhere where there is no tefach, you're going to say this that there's no chavet rami? I'm going to show you a case that is less than a tefach, and it does work chavet rami. So let's see how that works. V'hatanya. Okay, now before we do it, I'm going to explain to you all the 5 scenarios. Like we said, it's going to be a chunk of lines, but it's really 5 simple cases, and we'll be able to go through it quickly. Case number 1 is you have it's going to be the brisa by Erevin. Case number 1 is you have a beam going from one side to the next, and you just have a little gap, straightforward. I think it's page Lamed or Lamed Aleph. You have a beam coming out from one side. It's within 3 tefachim of the next one. It's good. Right. Now, what is the case by Erevin? It's a mavoi. What's a mavoi? Just so you understand, people back in the day would have their houses. I don't know if anybody's ever been to like these European courtyards. There'd be like a house opens to a courtyard, which opens to sort of an alley, which opens to the street. So what happens? Technically, your own house, your own courtyard, and the mavoi you would be allowed to carry in. But the Rabbanan were masakin that because the mavoi, people wouldn't know when you hit the street, and it's like it's the street, you may carry into Rosh Hashanah and be Mechal Shabbos. So what did they do? They said you either need to make 2 lechis or a beam going across. And if you have that, then it's a siman and people wouldn't go into the street and carry on Shabbos. So what happens? Now we're asking, and these 5 scenarios will lead up to the question. Case number 1, scenario number 1, if you have a beam going across from one side to the next, a gap within 3, then we say it's lavud. Remember, lavud is within 3. We look at it, it's good. It's not tumah. Lavud didn't work by tumah. Here it's different. We look as if the gap is filled up, and that's a kosher siman, and you're allowed to carry there. Scenario number 2, you have basically on both sides, you have beams coming out and a gap of within 3 in the middle. Also fine. Why? Lavud, same thing. Case number 3, which is going to be if you have 2 parallel beams like this, 1 and 2, they're right next to each other, and these beams are less than a tefach, because that's how we're going to get into the less than a tefach part of it, and they're strong enough to hold a brick. Now, lekabel riach, we're going to talk about, it's a brick, and again, we're going to see this inside. It's 1.5 wide by 3 long. And if it can hold, these 2 are less than a tefach, each are less than a tefach, and they can hold this brick, it's kosher, it's a good curry, you don't have to bring another one. If they cannot hold it, no good. That's scenario number 3. Scenario number 4, getting closer to the question. Right now, what did we do? We brought this case and we figured, okay, beams less than a tefach. We're getting there. We're going to get to the point of less than a tefach, chavod rami. Scenario number 4 is this, they're a distance away, more than 3 tefachim away. They're both less than a tefach. Actually, not more, because it's a 3 tefach brick. But they're less than a tefach, and it's a gap. This is also kosher. You don't have to bring another beam. This would be good for a siman to carry in the mavli. Case number 5, which is finally where we're getting to, is if this is right underneath this, not right underneath it, but right underneath it, touching, meaning it would be side by side, but below, that's case number 5, and it's going to say that would be good. And we say, if that's good, meaning that those 2 would match up on top, and we imagine that they're chavod rami, and we imagine it can hold a brick, even if it can't. Obviously, see, chavod rami works less than a tefach, because this case is talking about less than a tefach. That gets us there. Now we're going to see it inside. Pretty straightforward, and it should be pretty simple. Okay. Yosef of Kahana v'kamer l'hashmaita. Amalei Ravashi. Ravashi asked Rav Kahana, "V'chol heichad lesbi tefach lo amrin chavod rami." Are you really coming to tell me that wherever it has less than a tefach, you don't say chavod rami? V'ha Tanya, we have a brisa. This is going to be case number 1. A beam that goes, like we said, from one and doesn't reach the other side, right? V'chein, or case number 2, shtei kairis, one comes from this side, one comes from this side, and they don't touch each other. If you have less than 3, you don't have to bring another beam, you could carry in there. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel Omer, what? Shloisha, thank you. Shloisha tzarech. I was just checking to make sure everybody is. Shloisha tzarech levi karacheres. If it's more than 3, you have to bring another beam, and you have to, in order for you to carry, you have to bring a fresh, good one. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel Omer. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says, "Pachas me'arba ein tzarech levi karacheres." If it's less than 4, you don't have to bring another beam. Arba, tzarech levi karacheres. If it is more than 4, you have to bring another beam. And Reb Shimon ben Gamliel is different. He says he learns the halacha l'mashim Sinai of lavod to be 4, not 3. Unique case. Now, that's why he says the 4. This is going to be case number 3. V'chein shtei kairis hamasimos. And hamasimos is parallel, or like Rashi explains, that it's ke'ein te'umim. It's like twins. Why? They're both parallel. No, parallel is like, this is like this, right next to each other. Masimos, they're parallel, they're right next. What? A double beam, exactly, a double beam. Hamasimos, twin beams, they're right next to each other. And what? Sister beam. Okay. Well, I guess the construction, if you know, you know. Okay, I don't know. Each one independently would not be able to hold the brick. If together they can hold it, l'rachbai is to the width, meaning like this, because it's holding the width this way, right? It's going straight through, it's holding the width. You don't have to bring another beam. But if it does not hold it, then, and this were to fall down, then you would have to bring another beam. What? If it's holding the brick on its width, meaning the brick is on the width. If the brick is on the width now, this is a mixed difference, because you're going to see the next case, Reb Shimon Gamliel is going to be more lenient, and he's going to say, of course, that's going to be the next case.
Width has of the brick. No width. Yeah. No width. So how do you hold the brick on string? Has to be powerful enough to hold the brick.
Yeah, but but the brick is on its width. The width of the brick is going across the two beams. If it can hold it, great. If it cannot hold it, no good. The next case is going to talk about it like this. It's the strength to hold it and balance it. That's it. Two things. Okay. The strength is to hold it, A, balance it, and B, hold it. If these two can't hold it or balance it, it's no good. According to one sheet, of this case, it has to hold it when they're together. The next case is going to be, the very next case we're going to see, the next line is going to be when it's separated. And that's going to be the difference. And that's going to be bigger chiddush, and that's going to be more lenient, because look, these two beams are not touching each other, and you're going to say that that's now a siman? Maybe it's not. We need to have a chashav siman. What do you mean? If it's touching each other and cannot hold a brick, ta-da! Yeah. So this is a new case. That's it. But this is the new case. Well, let's move on. We'll get to this after. Fine. So now, if they could both hold it together, tefach ein tzarech levi karacheres. You don't have to bring another beam. Ve'im lav tzarech levi karacheres. Now we're going to get to case number 4. Actually, this is case number 4. Reb Shimon Gamliel Omer, im mekabel sariach l'arkoi. If it can hold it to its length, like we just said, this is going to be this way, to its length. Shloisha tfachim ein tzarech levi karacheres. If it's within 3 tfachim, you don't have to bring another beam. Ve'im lav tzarech levi karacheres. And if it's not, you have to bring another beam. Now this is going to be the final case, and this is going to set up the question, because right now we have a case of less than a tefach beam, holding it up is good. Now we're going to get to the final one. Hayu achas lamala va'achas lamata. If you have one beam up here and one beam down here, but they're right next to each other. If this were to go down, it would touch it. If this were to go down, it would touch it. Then Hayu achas lamala va'achas lamata. Rabbi Yosi, the son of Rabbi Yehuda, says, Roin ha'elyon. You see the top one, ki'ilu hi lamata, as if it drops down to this level, and that's how you see it. Or the bottom one as if it goes up, and it's like this. We're going to get there right now. It's a good question. So long as the top one doesn't go higher than 20 amas, or the bottom one below 10 tfachim. However, if this is more than 10 tfachim high, and this is less than 20 amas high, right? Then we're good. Why? Amrinon chavit rami, because we say chavit rami, and then that's our question. Oh, you have a case of less than a tefach where you say chavit rami. Boom. Alpha gav the lesbe tefach, even though there's not no tefach. Amalei, so now he's going to answer back. Tarit ve'emahachi. You have to answer and say this. Ubelvad shaloi tehei el yoyin l'mala me'asrim ela b'toichasrim. V'hatachtoina smuchala b'pachas mishloisha. So the answer is going to be, it's got to be within 3 for lavad. So the question is obsolete. Inami, if so, belvad shaloi tehei tachtoina l'mata me'asara ela l'mala me'asara ve'el yoyin smuchala b'pachas mishloisha. The same thing. When it said that the top has to be 20, max 20, no problem, but the beam right underneath it has to be within 3. When it says the bottom has to be 10 tefachim, no problem, but the beam right above it has to be within 3. And what? If it's more than 3, being that it's not a tefach wide, we don't say chavet rami. So a quick recap, and we do the recap outside and not inside because it covers a lot of ground. We had a case where Rava said chavet rami is when you have more than a tefach, you could say a tefach minimum, you could say chavet rami. If you did not have a tefach, you cannot say chavet rami. Comes a story with Rav Kahana, and Rav Ashi asked a question. 1 second, you said we could say that chavet rami has a minimum of 1 tefach. I have a case of not. Where does he have the case? He brings a Bryce and Erevin. And that Bryce brings 5 scenarios that slowly get to the point of, like we said, the first one, the beam going across, that doesn't touch. The 2 beams in the middle that don't touch, the 3 tefachim. Then it goes to the 2 beams together, hatu'umais, the twin ones, that what? That hold a brick. At that point, we already switch it over to less than a tefach. Then we say you move those 2 beams apart, put the beam across, less than tefach works. And then we say, okay, bring it up to down, and it's less than tefach, and you see chavet rami. But the answer is no. It's a great question. The answer is that even you want to say it's chavet rami, it's not chavet rami. It has to be within 3 tefachim. So even if at the height it's at 20 amas, the beam right below it has to be within 3 tefachim. Even at the bottom it's 10 tefachim. The beam right above it has to be within 3 tefachim in order for that to work, which goes back to lavud. So that whole question, great question. You brought a lot of things to get us there to the question. Doesn't work. Got nowhere. We learned it, and that's pretty much where we end today. The boys say keep doing the chazar. Tomorrow is going to be the raffle from Hashi, and the mitzvah. He says he's going to bring it to be cash on the table, ready gishmak a raffle. So everyone, please message Hashi if you are part of the raffle. Okay, we'll figure it out. You'll be back. Okay. Chevra, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you all tomorrow.